This is Cryptids Comedians, a show where two stand-up comics talk about mythical creatures, legendary monsters, and fabled beasts the same way we talk about the pitch meeting we had with Comedy Central execs that loved our sketch show idea and greenlit it, but then the internet happened, and now all they air is reruns of South Park. I'm Thom Tran. With me, as always, is my co-host, Peter Murphy.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Peter here. Thom, I love your glasses, dude.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. You know who else loves my glasses?
Who?
David Spade.
What?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Spade.
Every week we talk about a different cryptid or fabled monster, and I tell Peter about the history, lore, cultural significance, pop culture references, and I show him any evidence, if there is any, and then he tells me why I'm wrong. Peter, as always, for the people who don't know or who are here for the first time, what are cryptids?
Right. Well, you're wondering what's a cryptid. Cryptid is like, it's the official name for that S that everybody used to draw in high school. That was on like the front of notebooks, and you would kind of be able to start with like 3 lines and 3 lines and connect the lines, and it's a big S. It's like a big pointed S. People call it the S, but it's actually the official name is it's called cryptid.
Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, I think that's what this entire podcast is about.
Okay, that is incorrect. A cryptid is any creature or animal that is rumored to exist, but there's never been any scientific or hard evidence to prove its existence. Does that make sense?
I was gonna say that. Okay. Yeah. So we're talking Bigfoot, Yeti, stuff like that. New Jersey Devil.
Dude, yes, as our first episode was. Well, because Thanksgiving is coming up this month, I thought we'd talk about all the crazy shit white people do that believed in, stuff in New England before science went, whoa, hold on, hold a second. And really, even science didn't help them. But we're not looking at a specific cryptid or being this week, but we're looking at a whole incident. Peter, can you think of any famous New England incidents involving mysterious beings?
Famous New England incidents involving mysterious beings. Well, there was Paul Revere. There was Paul Revere.
You go back to Paul Revere a lot on this show.
Paulie Revere. He's he's an American hero. There's Paul Revere, but honestly, I think we'd have to go back to the early aughts, and a fabled opportunity when Drew Bledsoe went down for the New England Patriots, and then that brought the opportunity for Tom Brady to become the greatest quarterback of all time.
Is that what we're talking about?
I think that's what we're talking
about. Show about cryptids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tom Brady could be a cryptid, right?
Okay. Well, no. Today we are talking about the Salem Witch Trials.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What do you know about the Salem Witch Trials?
Wow. Okay. From what I know about the Salem Witch Trials, they happened. Oh God, where'd
Go ahead and say in Salem.
That's where. Yes, exactly. That's where. Beyond that, I think it was like just an excuse to burn women. Like I think burn or like drown or eliminate women, and by accusing them of being witches, right?
Well, that's interesting that you say that, because that's something that'll come up later. But the Salem Witch Trials were a series of hearings and prosecutions in 1692 in colonial Massachusetts, where more than 200 people were accused of practicing witchcraft. Now, 19 were executed.
Whoa.
Several more died in jail, and one man was pressed to death with stones, which was super gangster.
Pressed to death?
He was super gangster about it, too.
Oh, my God.
All because of fear, hysteria, and some very questionable courtroom procedures. So, in short, it was like a bad reality show, except for the prize for winning, quote unquote, was not being hanged.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that'd be the ultimate game show.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's more, there can't be more of a game show than for 2025 than that. It's like, hey, come on this game show, prove you are not a witch or you are a witch. I feel like people would sign up for that immediately.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so let's set the stage. It's Salem, Massachusetts in 1692. The Salem Village, now Danvers, Massachusetts, was a small Puritan community. Life was hard. Crops failed. We had smallpox. There's political instability, conflicts with Native American tribes, and Puritan society was strict, religion and law were intertwined, and there was a fear of the devil ever present. Now, I've actually been to Salem, Massachusetts.
Really?
My nephew and I went after a Boston Bruins game because I'm a big hockey fan. So we flew up to Boston, went to a Bruins game, which, by the way, amazing.
Yeah.
On a Monday night, the Garden was sold out.
Really?
It was crazy. It was crazy.
It was an act of witchcraft is what it sounds like.
Yes. And then we drove up to Salem. But superstition in 1692 wasn't a fringe belief. It was very mainstream. Like, people really, truly believed the devil was actively recruiting followers in New England, and there was a spark of a panic. And the panic began in January 1692 when two young girls, Betty Paris, age 9, and Abigail Williams, age 11, began showing strange symptoms, convulsions, screaming fits, trances, and Williams, who looked remarkably like Winona Ryder, for the purposes of this photo anyway, but also the 17-year-old Ryder played the 11-year-old Williams in the film The Crucible, which we will talk about later. So doctors were unable to find a physical cause. They declared it a bewitchment and not in the cool, like, 1960s Dan York, Dan Sargent way. Was it Dan York and Dan Sargent?
I remember the nose wiggle.
The nose wiggle? Elizabeth, what was her name?
Nicole Kidman's my Bewitched, right?
Yes. Nicole Kidman played the witch from Bewitched in the movie remake.
That's canon for me. And
so that
she as of this recording, she is divorced after 20 years.
Really?
Yeah, can you believe that? That's an act of witchcraft right there.
Her and Keith Urban are divorced now?
Yeah, according to court filings. You heard it here first, months later.
Really? What's up, Nicole Kidman? What's going on, girl?
I mean, can't get Nicole Kidman off my mind.
Every time we go to see a movie at AMC, there she is.
Yeah.
Do you get excited when you see her show up?
Oh my gosh, I'm the first one to cheer when AMC puts her on screen.
I did not understand that.
It's a great fandom, yeah.
It is a crazy fandom.
It is pretty nuts.
She comes out and she's like, in the theater, and like, just the place goes wild.
Yeah, you know what? Also, like, is she not doing her real accent? It's kind of like she's like more forever. Australian. Yeah.
Is it weird that my heart is a little broken that she and Keith Urban broke up?
Yeah, that's one sad cowboy right there.
I don't think he's sad. He is a country music rock star.
You think
who's still touring and still looks like a beast of a man.
You know what? Marriage is tough these days, but I imagine 20 years of Nicole Kidman would change a man.
Yeah,
20 years of Nicole Kidman would change a man. How long were Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman married?
6 weeks.
Yeah, they were right. That very short. Yeah, prayers out to them. I hope they both land on their feet.
Yeah, I think
those kids.
Right.
I hope they're not.
All right, back to the Salem Witch Trials. Doctors declared it a bewitchment. In fairness, what you might also think of, that's what you might also think if your kid like started speaking in tongues while you were like still figuring out indoor plumbing.
A bewitchment.
Under pressure, the girls accused local women of bewitching them. The first 3 accused were Tituba, an enslaved woman from the Caribbean, Sarah Good, an elderly woman who didn't attend church regularly, and Sarah Osborne. Now, this photo is not an accurate depiction. It was taken by a John Ruddy. Well, I took it from John Ruddy. But again, those 3 women, Tituba, an enslaved woman from the Caribbean, Sarah Good, a poor beggar woman, and Sarah Osborne, an elderly woman who didn't attend church regularly. Now, do you see a pattern here?
Big eyes.
Big eyes. Not really.
But so they're accusing older women of turning them into witches?
They're accusing older women of bewitching them.
Which is
putting
the
them
act
under
of
a spell.
Oh,
it's not the act of turning them into witches.
Right,
it's the act of like putting them under witchly spells.
That's odd. And is the commonality the fact that they didn't attend church enough?
Well, they were all marginalized women in society, so they were easy targets.
Okay.
All right. Then there was the escalation of the trials. What started with a few accusations quickly snowballed. More young girls began showing symptoms. Trials were relied on heavily relied heavily on spectral evidence. So there was testimony that someone's spirit appeared to torment them, even if the accused was like physically somewhere else. By that logic, half of us would be convicted today of crimes we committed in someone else's dreams. It's like when your girlfriend dreams that you cheated on her, and then you get in trouble for it.
Right.
There was a special court of Oyer and Terminer established to handle the cases. During the Salem Witch Trials, accused individuals generally entered pleas of innocent or confessed to witchcraft. Now, here's the thing. If you confessed, that was usually a way to save your life, because confessing meant avoiding the death penalty. You might go to jail, but your soul would be, saved.
Yeah, you can't tell how they're going to be able to like convict you of being a witch, because it's if it's a jury of your peers, you just have to have like a really persuasive lawyer. And it's like, oh, this person's a witch, but like you maybe just don't understand them. That's terrifying. That's scary. That's scarier than witches actually existing is the idea that you can just be a marginalized person singled out and then potentially given the death penalty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
And then during the Salem Witch Trials, like I said, individuals could plead guilty, or they could plead innocent, or they can confess to witchcraft. And again, if you confessed, that was a way to save your life. But if you pled not guilty or you pled innocent and you got convicted, that could lead you to being executed.
Whoa.
So you either...
I roll the dice.
Yeah?
I roll. Oh, man, I want to hear what you have to say this, but I roll the dice. I'm like, you know what? They're coming after me. I want to have a front row seat to my fate, and then I want to be able to speak up about it. I'm not copping out.
So how would
go
you
big or
plead?
go home? I would plead not guilty.
You would plead not guilty, and then
No.
this court of people in 1692.
I mean, yeah, I got to have enough people like me, but I feel like, hey, come on. What kind of witchcraft am I? Yeah, I'd just look at these people and be like, hey, what kind of witchcraft do you think I'm pulling here?
Right.
No.
Gotcha.
I mean,
Okay.
what do you go? Would you go the safe route?
What would I do? Would I plead guilty and then not be executed, or plead innocent and hope that the jury finds me innocent?
Yeah.
That would mean I would trust this jury of 12 of my peers
Right.
to believe that I was innocent.
Yeah, but like, do you have like a witchy aura about you?
Yes, absolutely.
What?
I absolutely have a
A
witchy,
witchy
aura.
aura? I guess so.
I go around like this
How?
all the time.
Yeah, right.
Just in general. There was an old guy who came up to me at the grocery store, right? And he comes up to me and he's like, hey, can I tell you about this radio station that plays all Christian music?
Oh, boy.
And I am wearing an Iron Maiden t-shirt. And I'm like, this is the wrong audience.
Yeah.
You are talking to the wrong guy here.
Yeah. But they'll think that they'll be like, oh, well, this is the person that needs to hear this the most. Like I went to, for a brief time, I went to a Christian college, and they would go to farmers markets and be like, or like events in town in Nyack, New York, and be like, hey, we need to tell you about Jesus. But not like looking for people that were curious about it or having a booth. They would just go up to people, and I was like, I don't think anybody wants that.
No.
Ever. No. Also, nobody likes being approached now or at all, much less by like a bunch of college students that like feel righteous about something. And their response to me collectively, I mean, not in unison, but they might have said the same thing in unison or chanted it. It's like, no, those people need it more than anybody else.
Really?
But for me, I'm saying I'm innocent because I have faith in people to get it right.
Wow, you have a lot more faith in people than I do. I remember the first like week or two of the pandemic. Everybody's still feeling things out. It must have been like after the first month. I was at the Target over in North Hollywood, and there was a dude handing out CD mixtapes.
Oh.
I'm like, bro, Not the right time.
To hand anybody anything, yeah.
Yeah, this is not the right time to approach people in this world, especially with your crappy mixtape.
It could have been great.
Could have been.
Could have been a great. That could have been a great mixtape. It could have been the next Akon.
Oh my God, another Akon. I miss Akon. What is he doing now?
I think he just still selling ringtones. Maybe he's a ringtone genius right there.
All right. Between June and September 1692, when the trials were going on, 19 people were executed by hanging.
Okay.
One man, Giles Corey, was pressed to death with heavy stones after refusing to enter a plea.
He didn't plead innocent or guilty.
He refused to enter a plea.
So he was like, I'm not taking place in this buffoonery. They're like, oh, yeah, we're going to press you to death? Like, would they turn him into jelly?
No. So they put a board on him, and then they kept putting more weights on top of it until he pled guilty or put in a plea. Do you know what his reported last words were?
Oh, man. No, what were they?
More weight.
Really?
Gangster.
That's pretty
gangster, dude.
So they're like, all right, how do you plea? And he refuses to give an official plea. Then they're like, okay, well, we're going to squeeze this plea out of you.
Yeah. They literally just kept putting more and more weight on top of him, wanting to plead one way or another.
But what are your final words? Or what would your final words probably be?
I don't think they'd be as gangster as him. More weight?
More weight.
They're like, we're going to kill you unless you plead. And he was like, more weight.
More weight, you cowards.
What are your last words?
Probably, probably, oh no. Probably, no.
I think my last words would be, oh, Adrian, just to confuse people. So his last words were reportedly more weight, which is either like defiance or the first recorded dad joke in New England history.
Ha 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 ha. Yeah, it would come from New England.
Several other people died in prison while awaiting trial.
Okay.
Now, you said earlier that you thought people were burned at this time.
Yeah, for some reason I felt like witches or people that were being accused of being witches were either like drowned or burned. Is that accurate?
You're thinking of Monty Python's Quest for the Holy Grail.
Oh, you know what? I'm always thinking of Monty Python's Holy Grail. I'm always thinking of that.
So let's talk about the end of the trials. By October 1692, there were doubts starting to spread. Ministers like Cotton Mather, this cat right here, began to question the use of spectral evidence.
That looks like a guy that just only eats hot dogs. You know what I mean? He'll have like a breakfast hot dog and then like maybe 2 or 3 hot dogs for lunch. And then, I don't know, maybe someone in his family is making dinner for him, but he's also sneaking little hot dogs. You know?
I can't believe that guy of all guys was like, I don't believe in the spectral evidence of all things.
Ooh, yeah, he's got that great wig.
Yeah. That wig is baller. So later trials acquitted many of the accused, and in later years that followed, apologies were issued and reparations were made to the families. That's weird how white people have already gotten reparations.
And apologies.
And apologies for something that happened, 1692. But yeah, whatever. Now for the cultural significance. The Salem Witch Trials became a symbol of mass hysteria, scapegoating, and the dangers of mixing superstition with judicial power.
See, there they are getting burned right there.
Yeah.
So wait, did witches not get burned?
We'll talk about it in a second.
Okay. Is that a little person there too?
Yes, it was.
Whoa. Oh, no.
So the Salem Witch Trials have been evoked as cautionary tales in American history, especially during times of social panic. For example, in the 1950s, the McCarthy hearings targeted suspected communists were often compared to Salem. Essentially, witch hunt became shorthand for any irrational prosecution. The imagery of the Salem witch trials typically evokes the idea of people convicted of witchcraft being burned at the stake. Now, we talked about this earlier. How many people of the 200 that were put on trial do you think were actually executed this way?
Oh.
How many?
I mean, the way that they talk about it, like a lot. So, I mean, maybe half.
Really?
Okay. I mean, honestly, if If you're going to a trial like that, it's a coin flip. So yeah, I'd say half. What do you say?
Okay. The number is actually 0.
Oh, what?
There were no people burned at the stake during the Salem Witch Trials. 19 people were hanged. Some were pressed like Giles Corey, and others died in prison. But it was typically people in Europe who were accused of witchcraft who were eventually burned at the stake. That's where that imagery comes from. So again, Monty Python and the Quest for Holy Grail.
Oh,
like
so
the dunking in the water.
So the American way, so the European way to deal with witches is to burn them. The American way is to hang them.
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were 0 people actually burned at the stake after the Salem Witch Trials.
Did they? Yeah, that's so. Oh, to go, they're different. Kill them. Oh, that sucks.
Wow, that's not a thing that happens in America.
They're different. Kill them.
They're different.
Just
Kill them.
I mean, yeah. I mean, maybe they're like afraid that these people might take over, but like, in every town, I mean, in Salem, these people would have probably been like raised there, right? And you've known them from like an early age. So it's not like they just like rolled into town trying to sell you a monorail or like, just like, something suspicious happens.
But at the same time, look at America now.
Mm-hmm.
Our neighbors, the people who live next door to you, the people you've grown up with, lived with next door to, gone to school with, gone to work with. Like, all you got to do is not like something they say, and you can accuse them of anything.
Ooh.
Same with McCarthyism back in the 50s. Like, if you didn't like what somebody said or what they thought about politics or politician or religion, hey, that guy's a communist. That lady's a communist.
Yeah, I'm glad that. I'm glad that we got the term witch hunt out of this, and it's weird how everything kind of keeps repeating itself. Everything is a bit of a witch hunt until it isn't.
Weird, isn't it?
Until
Weird
it
how
isn't.
that is. Yeah.
Until it isn't.
When is it not?
When the conspiracy theories are confirmed, like witchy, like I don't know. When is it not? I mean,
we're gonna have to do an episode on conspiracy theories.
That's why we got to find. That's why That's why you do the trial. Figure it out.
Let's talk about pop culture references.
Ooh, yeah.
In literature, I briefly mentioned, of course, Arthur Miller's The Crucible, which was published in 1953, perhaps the most famous cultural work about Salem. Miller used the trials, like we talked about, as an analogy for McCarthyism, showing how fear and hysteria can ruin lives. Again, the thing of like, all you got to do is accuse somebody of the thing.
Yeah.
That's what McCarthyism was. That's, and that's how it is now with people who are just like, that person is a X, Y, or Z. And all you got to do is put it up on social media and that catches fire, which it almost always does.
Yeah.
That person's life is ruined.
Yeah. There's something about just like, but that goes back to that, like saying it's like, the world will tell you who you are until you tell it,
Oh yeah.
It's like, listen, I want to go on record here. I'm not a witch. Confirm. Yeah. Just not a witch, not doing witchy stuff. Not a witchy person.
But what if you're not a witch, but you do witchy stuff?
Right. So I could be a liar and a witch. So I could be a liar and a witch, which would be worse than being nothing at all. Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope.
Well, also in literature, Nathaniel Hawthorne, who was an ancestor of some of the people involved in the trials, he explored themes of guilt and sin in works like The Scarlet Letter. Did you read The Scarlet Letter?
I did.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. My Scarlet Letter is Emma Stone. Easy A. Didn't they?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Didn't they redo it?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was like the reinterpretation of the novel.
From what I understand.
I didn't read the novel. I don't know how I got away with not reading so much in high school. There's a lot of stuff people are like, I remember reading this in high school or college. I'm like, I don't remember.
Revisit it. They're all good. Tuesdays with Maury, To Kill a Mockingbird, Kite Runner, all recommended reads.
Okay.
Going into the winter months, if you got nothing to do, stack up, on library books.
It's California, right. But also, when do I not have something to do?
Good point. Good point. But you know what? That thing to do could be reading. Educate yourself. And I think Reading Rainbow's coming back to PBS.
What?
That's what I've heard.
Very excited about this.
I've heard rumors.
The Salem Witch Trials were also heavily been adapted countless times. Arthur Miller's book that we just talked about became the 1996 film The Crucible, starring Daniel Day-Lewis and Winona Ryder.
Oh, yeah.
Proving that if you're going to reenact history, you might as well look really good while you're doing it.
True.
There were TV shows like Salem, American Horror Story, Coven, and even Sabrina, the Teenage Witch.
Oh, yeah.
Have drawn inspiration from Salem. I believe Sabrina's cat's name was Salem.
It is, yeah. And it
true?
talked. That cat talked.
Yeah.
What other? There are great cat names out there. Salem, great. Jeff, I love a human name for a cat. I met this cat at a winery recently, and the cat lives at the vineyard, right? Lives there, and the cat's name is Meowback. Instead of Malbec, Meowback. I'm not one for puns. I dislike puns.
Do you dislike puns?
I don't like anybody that uses puns. Don't like puns. But that one was cute and harmless.
It took me a second.
Yeah.
And I loved it so much.
You gotta be a wine lover. You gotta be a wine lover for that.
But I'm not even a wine lover, and I loved it.
Yeah. Meow. Yeah. Meowback. Yeah. Exactly.
So anytime you see a pointy black hat, a broomstick, or a cauldron, you can thank or blame the lingering cultural imagery tied partly to Salem. Mm-hmm. So let's look at some modern symbolism. Today, Salem embraces its witchy past. The city has museums, tours, and an entire October festival. Have you ever been to Salem?
I haven't, but that is so American. Like, it's like when you go to New Mexico and there's like a Breaking Bad tour. You know what I mean? Albuquerque, right? Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes, yeah. That's so gross, though. Isn't that gross? Like, people died. People were, like, killed. People's lives were ruined. And also, like, families' lineages were screwed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the cutest thing to do.
But they took what was tragedy, and now it's part of Salem's identity. Like, they mixed remembrance and tourism and pop culture in it. Like, I remember going, and there was a witch tour, like a reenactment of this whole thing. And I now that I think about it, I feel like my nephew and I should have gone to this reenactment. But like, we were like, let's go see the graveyard, and like, let's go. So there was a great place with lobster rolls right on the water. I was like, that's really why we went. But it was kind of amazing how much the town embraced that history and that terrible time, and turned it into like, okay, this is our not heritage, but you know, part of our identity as a town. Well, in short, Salem turned its darkest chapter into a tourist attraction, which is one way to heal.
I don't like that, Tom. Yeah, I don't like that. No. You know what? Be ashamed of it. Stick your head in the ground or rename your town.
They did rename it. It's Danvers.
Good. Damn it. Good. And you can't have both. You can't have it both ways. We're going to rename it. Is this Salem? I'm looking for signs for Salem. Oh, this used to be Salem, but we celebrate it now. No, I see what you're doing. You can't have it both ways.
All right. Well, some towns get ballparks and this town gets witch museums.
Right.
So in closing, the Salem Witch Trials reminds us of the dangers of fear and hysteria. They also show us how quickly justice can unravel when superstition replaces reason. But their legacy in literature, film, games, culture have ensured the Salem story continues to be told, not just as a tragedy of the past, but as a cautionary tale of the present.
There, in my mind, is no such thing. This is kind of tough to say, but for me, there is no magic. The magic is in the fear that people allow to take over their brains and do harm to others.
Okay.
In my opinion. But do I want to believe in witches? Yeah. Because I think witches would be so cool.
Yeah.
You know? Double Bubble Boil and Trouble, you know, the Scottish play, one of my favorite piece of work from Billy Shakespeare. And so, you know, I love witches and love Bewitched, as we talked about, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but also Hocus Pocus. Oh, Love some hocus pocus. So like love witches, and I think all witches would be cool, and you know they shouldn't be put on trial. So and also Danvers, shut up. No one calls you that. You can't pick your own nickname. You're picking your own nickname. You're having this like erasure of history. Please, glad you people don't live in the South. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if there's one lesson we should carry forward with us, maybe it's that, maybe don't convict people based on ghost testimony.
Yeah, exactly. And, just like do a magic trick. We all want to see it. We all want to see it happen. Yeah, and stop pointing at people too. Like, let's eliminate pointing. It's like you're pointing at somebody. It's never a good thing. It's like, hey, that person's a witch. Hey, that person, is doing something I don't like. Stop pointing. No physical pointing anymore. It's over. We're leaving that in 2025.
Okay.
Pointing's done. Pointing's done. I'll tell you this. Pointing is done. No more pointing. Punching is coming back.
Okay.
We got to punch people, especially
Nazis.
if they're
specifically.
That
don't punch just anybody.
No.
Nazis. Punch Nazis.
And bullies and people that accuse you of being a witch. If they got a little punch in the nose, they're stopping. They're not accusing nobody else.
Well, here's the thing as a native New Yorker. I feel like people don't get punched in the face nearly enough.
I mean, yeah, of course.
You talk shit in New York, you're going to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
And maybe you'll learn your lesson not to talk shit.
Yeah. The problem is being punched in the face has been taken over by people who are less intelligent. And so we need intelligent people to start punching again.
I 100% agree with this.
So intelligent people start punching people for being idiots. Knock some sense into them. That's what I'm saying.
100%.
No more accusing people of being witches.
This is a weird way to wrap up this episode.
Don't be driven by fear is pretty much the way to live your life.
Weird way to wrap up this episode.
Don't be don't be afraid of other people. You can have fears. And
fears of like rational things.
Well, being courageous is not living without fear. Being courageous is understanding fear and doing it anyway. But when you point at other people, we're leaving that in 2025, and you are afraid of a person, no, you are ignorant, my friend, and you deserve a punch in the face.
You know what? I think that's where we'll leave this. Ignorance deserves a punch in the face.
Yeah. There's enough info out there.
Yeah. Yeah, we have the internet in our pockets.
Yeah, and on our faces. You were gonna. We talked about your glasses at the top. What about your glasses? You got a little shout out.
So, fun fact about these glasses that I'm wearing, and I'm going to do an episode of my other show, Spilling the Tea.
Oh.
These are the Even Realities AR augmented reality glasses, and I bet you didn't know, but all my notes were written on this.
What?
And I use this to do I did a workshop at a conference. I hosted a gala and I had the script on here, and then David Spade apparently gave me a shout out on his podcast, him and Dana Carvey.
Nice.
So,
how cool.
So watch my show, Spilling the Tea, on my YouTube page. And I'm going to do a whole episode about these. Until then, we're wrapping up this episode now that we're out of spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
We're into Thanksgiving season, officially. Where can people find you on the interwebs?
Turkey time. Go to petermurphythecomedian.com and keep an eye out for my comedy special dropping this month.
Oh, yeah? Where's it dropping?
Yeah, I can't announce it yet, but you will know if you go to my website, petermurphythecomedian.com, or Instagram, Peter_Murphy.
Excellent. I am at _Thom Tran, THOMTRAN. The show is at Cryptids and Comedians on YouTube and Instagram and the TikToks. Tell your friends, like the show, subscribe, tell your friends about it. 5-star rating on whatever podcast player you're listening to. That helps a lot. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And we'll be back with another episode next week.
And hey, stop pointing, punch a fool.